Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. Two and a half weeks ago, Police Chief Jim Neiswanger officially announced his intention to retire this summer on July 20th of this year. I could not have asked for a better partner in our city's public safety efforts than Chief Neiswanger. He has led the department with honor, professionalism, and respect. Due to his steady leadership, we have seen historic decreases in crime over the last 7 years and a renewed focus on community policing that has drastically improved the relationship between our police officers and the residents we all serve. He has helped usher in a new era in the department, improving its image and building a newfound trust among citizens in every corner of our community. I will certainly miss working with him, but I'm confident that his legacy will be sustained in the coming years as we build upon the progress he has accomplished. Because of Chief Neiswanger's leadership, the Holyoke Police Department is stronger than at any time in recent memory, both internally and in its relationship to the wider community. Given this, for the first time in nearly 2 decades, I made the decision to look within the department for our city's next police chief. It is important for our next chief to have an understanding of our community and our people. I also want the men and women of the Holyoke Police Department to know that if they work hard enough and are committed to the values of community policing, they too can be chief of this department one day. Before I officially announce the appointment of our next chief, I want to thank all 4 captains for their leadership and dedication to the police department and to our city. Each of you serve our city with honor and integrity each and every day, and I believe that all 4 of you are qualified to be chief. With that said, there was one captain in particular that stood out. This is a captain who has excelled throughout his entire career with the Holyoke Police Department, and that captain is Manny Febo. Manny Febo has been with the Holyoke Police Department for the past 23 years. He grew up in downtown Holyoke in the Churchill neighborhood. He attended the Holyoke Public Schools and is a graduate of Holyoke High School's class of 1988. Captain Febo didn't have it easy growing up here in Holyoke. His rise through the ranks and his appointment today could no doubt inspire countless young men and women all throughout our community that they too can overcome obstacles, work hard, and achieve success. Throughout his tenure, Manny served in the Patrol Division, Bike Patrol, and as a school resource officer. He has over 12 years of supervisory experience as a patrol sergeant, lieutenant shift commander, and captain of budget and grants. Captain Febo restarted and headed the Holyoke Police Department's community policing efforts for over 5 years and always demonstrated a compassionate and understanding approach to community service. Captain Febo currently serves as the Field Operations Commander, in charge of uniform patrol, along with all major events in the city, including the St. Patrick's Day Parade and the Road Race, the Hispanic Family Festival, Celebrate Holyoke, and the annual fireworks. Captain Febo will officially become chief on July 20th, and starting today, we will begin working alongside Chief Neiswanger. While Manny's experience in the department and his various assignments are impressive in their own right, it is who he is as a person that makes him the right person for this job. Manny is a stand-up guy. He knows that policing is more than locking people up. He recognizes the power of positive personal interactions between officers and the public. He values people and their unique circumstances and realizes that the reward of being an officer isn't about making an arrest, but preventing an arrest. Manny also knows that the police department can't tackle crime alone, that this job and these efforts require community support, that in order to decrease crime and improve all neighborhoods, we need to simultaneously offer our children and families good public schools, good jobs, and a pathway out of poverty. Manny has lived that reality, and I have no doubt that these values will be at the core of his leadership style. I can also refer to countless conversations I've had with young men and young women who have applied to be police officers over the last several years. When asked why they want to be an officer in Holyoke, many say that they want to make a difference and they want to help people. And when asked who in their life had inspired them to see a career in policing as a means to help others, they almost always answer Officer Febo. And they go on to recount the impact he had on their lives as their school resource officer. And in true Holyoke fashion, I too remember that same Officer Febo, the school resource officer, while I myself was a student at Peck Middle School. I still remember our interactions and the role they played in shaping my views of the men and women in uniform as people who want nothing more than to protect the public safety, help their community, and make a difference in people's lives. And at the time, as a middle schooler, never did I imagine that 15 years later, I'd be mayor and Officer Febo would be our city's chief. These are Holyoke stories, and I'm proud and excited to start a new chapter in this story with future Chief Febo by my side. Join me in congratulating our next chief, Manny Febo. With that, I'd like to introduce Chief Jim Neisfinger to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. As all of you know, my time left as chief is short, so I guess I'll be brief. I'm planning to retire this summer, and it has truly been the honor of my life and a privilege to serve as the chief of police here in Holyoke. I would like to thank the men and women of the Holyoke Police Department, who are some of the bravest, hardest working people I know, and I'd also like to thank the mayor for his support and guidance these past several years. The chief before me was hired from outside the department, and he was here for 10 years. Then I was hired from outside the department, and I've been here for 7 years. That's 17 years of outside chiefs. I know for a fact we have some incredible talent inside the Holyoke Police Department, and some of that is on display for you here today, between Captain Febo, Captain Duguay, Captain Moriarty, and Captain Pratt. I fully support the mayor's selection of Captain Febo for the next chief of police. He's a man of integrity, vision, courage, compassion, focus, respect, and engagement. He's an excellent choice, and I know he'll do a wonderful job leading the men and women of the Holyoke Police Department. Congratulations, Manny.
Thank you.
With that, I'd like to introduce our city's next police chief, Manny Febo.
I'll just prepare a brief statement. Okay. I would like to thank Mayor Morris for this great opportunity to serve as the city's next police chief. It's an absolute honor to lead the Holyoke Police Department. Growing up at 298 Elm Street and Chestnut Park every day is where I played. I couldn't have imagined the opportunity that I would have today. My parents were proud, hardworking factory workers who worked hard to raise 4 kids, and it wasn't always easy. One of the best assignments I ever had was walking and riding on the bike in the community policing detail right down in Churchill. I also worked as a school resource officer, as the mayor said, and I learned that building trust and relationships with kids in the police department was very, very important. Working under Chief Masonry over the last 7 years has shown me that you can balance responsibilities to citizens, city officials, and the men and women of the police department. The real work at any police department is done by the men and women who work and answer the emergency calls for service every day. As chief of police, I will do my best to make sure the officers of the Holyoke Police Department have the tools, resources, and training to do the job, the great job that they do every day. I'm very happy with the direction the department has been going in the last 7 years, and I plan on continuing and expanding on some of the efforts that we already have in place, like community policing, our philosophy overall, the mobile community policing program. I would like to expand also on the social media footprint, and I would like to also explore the possibility of creating a Citizens Police Academy where the citizens will get an opportunity to come into our building and see firsthand the type of work that our officers experience every day. I look forward to the transition period over the next 2 months, where we'll be working closely with Chief Mayswinger and Mayor Morse to ensure a smooth transition. The mayor has always been supportive of the police department, and he understands the sacrifices our officers make every day while out in the streets in Holyoke. I look forward to continuing a great working relationship with Captain Denise Duguay Captain David Pratt, Captain Matt Moriarty. They'll all be an equal partner in my command staff. And lastly, in closing, I'd like to thank Chief Swinger and wish him a happy and healthy and safe retirement. Thank you very much.
With that, again, I want to thank all four captains for your dedication. Again, thank the chief for his great leadership over the last 7 years. Thank all of our department heads, city councilors who are joining us here today. This will certainly be a great time for the city of Holyoke. We still have many great challenges and more progress to be made, and I have the utmost confidence that Chief Febo will certainly get the job done for all of us here at City Hall, in each and every resident, every single neighborhood in the city of Holyoke. So thank you for joining us this morning. If folks have questions for the media, we can do some interviews and one-on-ones in the office following this announcement. So thank you again for coming this morning.